young managers who are involved in making quite complex decisions. And since you are from human resource, you have a lot of experience as well as you're tackling a lot of issues in the current COVID scenario. So first of all, I welcome you to Cutting with Karna. Thank you so much for taking your time out.
Thank you so much, sir. It's a pleasure.
Tell us something. What excites you in general? What is so exciting about human resource? I mean, we have heard that it's a very tough field, but how do you manage it so flawlessly? What is the good part about HR?
So I feel like when someone takes up human resources, a lot of people have that implication that, human resources, why do you want to take up HR when there is, or when there's so much more, why don't you take up marketing? I'm so sure that even you've heard this and you, also explained this to us during our lectures in MET. But in human resources, the only thing that excites me a lot is that people really think that human resources is a field where a lot of people can't really grow, or maybe it is not at the same level as marketing and finance. And I truly don't believe that. I believe that human resources is the key to how the whole firm works and how the business works and how an industry has a complete structure.
I mean, what do you think, Namita, is the employee preference for investments? I mean, prior to this phase rather, sorry, we have seen employee provident fund and public provident fund and fixed deposits and all these things. But what is your opinion? What are employees now? Um, you know, what are they preferring? Are they preferring to invest somewhere else beyond provident fund? What do you feel?
So I think investments in general. So when you first start off, especially as you mentioned, as a human resource manager, when you first start off, with a basic salary, we usually try and invest more towards, as you mentioned, the PF of the, or the fixed deposit, correct? So
Yeah.
I feel like there is a lot of scope for young individuals to, start investing when they are young, because as obviously, like it's going to help them save a lot of money, and it's going to help them in the future. And as our parents also, like I'm so sure, like our grandfathers and our grandmothers have also, have the same implication about savings. Like we always tell us, save your money, it will help you. And honestly, like during these times, during the pandemic, you actually realize how much of this savings is actually useful to you when you need it.
Right. 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 That's a good point, actually. That's an interesting point. So, do you see the shift happening towards equity or some other asset classes in employees, even post pandemic?
Yes, so Susie, I truly believe that even during equity, the stock market honestly is a little volatile, but I still believe that people are investing. Some of the shares are really doing well. As you always talk about Asian Paints, I know you always talk about it, but I know for a fact that there are some industries, even like pharmaceutical industries, are now booming. So there's Pfizer, there's Abbott, there's Cipla. All of these are really booming at this point in time.
Right. 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 Okay. What is your moving on? What is your personal preference, Namita? In like you're pretty young and you have a full career in front of you, and who doesn't like money? Everyone loves money. So everyone wants to get rich, and the only thing is patience, right? So, what is your preferred investment? What do you feel about mutual funds, stocks? What's your personal investment preference?
Personally, I invest a lot, mostly in my TPF account. And the FD, of course. But I always, I also think that right now in this current scenario, we can invest a little more in stocks also. As I earlier mentioned that, there are a few industries at the moment who are doing pretty well. So, I'm not saying that as a young individual, I invest a lot in stocks. Obviously, I obviously don't want to take such a big risk. So I usually invest in like an FD or a PPF, but a little bit of money that I have saved, probably I invest in stocks just to see, if I'm getting any more interest or any more returns on that.
Okay, okay. Well, that's very interesting. You're still talking about fixed deposits. I think that's very heartwarming for the banks. The banks would love to have customers like you, definitely, who would still, follow a very mixed kind of a portfolio. Okay, great. Now we know the fascination of women with gold, right? And we'll move on to the next point. Personally, I think this industry has moved towards solitaire and diamond and all of that, but gold still has that phenomenal value in a layman woman's, a normal woman's heart. What do you think is gold? First of all, do you think that we are over invested in gold in the last 50 years? And secondly, do you think in future people like you personally would love to have more of gold as an investment?
Also, I think that, being in this culture, as you mentioned, like, women always want to invest in gold, correct? But even if you see in so many years, the price of gold has been fluctuating a lot. Okay. So if it was a choice for me, I would obviously have that investment in gold, but I would only use it during the time of crisis. People don't usually sell out gold as the first option. If I have equity, I will sell that out first. So like in with regards to gold, I feel like there are a lot of gold stocks that you can invest in also. So you can keep, the actual gold, like if you're talking about jewelry as such. So you can just save that probably, unless there are crises. Otherwise, I think people don't really, want to sell out on the gold. They still want to invest it.
Yeah. So one problem, correct. One problem with that asset class is when you buy even little bit of it, you can't sell it, right?
Correct.
There's too much emotional value. You just can't have that. Nobody wants to sell it.
Nobody wants to
So
sell that.
in effect, if you look at it from a different way, it becomes a dead investment because it's growing in value, but you can't encash that value.
Correct. Exactly.
And what about real estate? The sticky point, do you think it's still an investment or is it just one you spend money to stay somewhere? Because early 90s it was definitely an investment, but now what is your opinion? Do you think real estate is an investment now?
So if we're looking at this current scenario, I would say at least for another 2-3 years, real estate market is going to be really low, especially looking at the pandemic. But if you're going to see the past real estate, I think a lot of us invest a lot in real estate.
Yeah.
So it's not like people will not invest in it, but especially in a city like Mumbai, I don't think a lot of people can, actually afford to buy a good real estate property. So it is something that if you have a lot of investments already and you know that this is something you want to really invest in, is when someone will actually get into real estate.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I think that's a fair point. If you need it, it's a demand supply equation. And by and large, I believe we all have been working from home in this current phase. So is work from home the future according to you, or do you think you would like to go to office, and do you think you'd like to go and start working again in office?
So honestly, I would say that a lot of firms right now are not using most of their resources. And in a way, we are actually conserving all of those resources. And see, if something can be already done from home, if your work is something that you can do from home, then why not?
Yeah.
So I truly believe that in the recent, if I was in the recent scenario, work from home is definitely here to stay. I wouldn't say that a lot of firms would take this up, but yes, there are, so I think more than just work from home, I think it's going to be more like a hybrid office scenario. I believe only when people are actually supposed to come to work would they come to work, or maybe, there are multi-use offices also which are coming up now. So I feel like only when, people need that environment would they actually go.
Yeah, yes. So I think what you said, Amita, there was makes sense that basically what you're saying is HR can work from home, right?
Yes.
So it's not impossible. Do you think the productivity has increased working from home?
So I would say it has maybe a little bit only because of the fact that, in spite of working at home, like you tend to spend a little more hours than you actually do when you're actually working in an office. So maybe,
Yeah,
we are always available on call, we're always available, when there's a meeting. So I believe like it gives us a
correct.
little more time and there is a little more productivity when you're in a more comfortable zone, I guess.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, so great. I think it was awesome. Is there any question from your side which I can answer, because I've been asking you a lot of questions. So if there's something from your side which I could help you with.
So there was just a question that I had. So if I had to invest and if I would provide you with probably say 15 thousand rupees every month. So what kind of portfolio would you suggest for me with like, and what do you think the outcome, how much would it give me within the next 10 years or 25 years?
Wow, that's a very interesting, intelligent question. I'm so proud of you that you actually put forward, because a lot of investors have this question, and a lot of people after this pandemic have realized that we could have parked 15,000 or 20,000. So what we do is we make a portfolio of winning stocks and only blue chip companies, like the big companies, and like you mentioned, Asian Paints, or I mean, these are companies which double every 3-4 years. So even your portfolio, if we add 5-6 good companies, they can double every 3-4 years. And I think if you talk about 15 years in 15,000, with a compounding of 15% every year, you can easily reach about 1.5 crore in 15 years. I think that should be a great target. And if you wait for another 5 years, so if you say 20 years, then it should be 3 CR at least. But the point here is consistency. Like you have to invest every month consistently with discipline. This is where most investors fall flat.
Right.
They do it for 5 years and they don't continue. So that's the problem. But if you can invest with discipline, then why not? I mean, you should plan in a way. In fact, I can do that for you all, that you can plan it in a way by the time you reach 36, or you should have 2 CR, a crore or 2 crore with you parallelly in your account, so that you can do it. Gives you freedom and flexibility for your second innings. I
Yeah.
think this is what all of us missed out in our first innings. We missed out, completely missed out, because we were never trained in this way to tackle stocks as an investment. We were always told that this is some kind of uh, gamble, but now so many books are available. I never knew there's so much literature available. It's only after I started tracking it last 15 years, I realized that we were crazy. We missed out in college, although we had all the sensibilities of a good human being, but we missed out investing in stock. Even if we would have started with as low as 5,000 rupees a month, it makes a huge difference. You need a crore or 2 crore when you turn 40. You need that money. It gives you 40, matlab 35, 40 ke beech mein. It gives you flexibility. So I think that was my I would love to make a portfolio for you, and I think
That would be
in these
wonderful.
times, if we can, it's my pleasure. I mean, in these times, if we can do that much, I think that will be a pleasure for me also. Well, we'll wind up. Thank you, Namita. It was great having you
Thank you,
on
sir. It
the
was a pleasure
platform.
being here on your platform.
And I wish you all the best. I wish you good luck for your future, and do keep in touch. And also keep rocking the way you guys are. Keep fighting it out. Work from home. I'm sure we manage to strike the hybrid balance someday.
Yes, sir. Hopefully, yes.
Hopefully. Okay. Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Thank you so much, sir. Take care.